What do you guys think of when you see Old Spice? How great their products are? Or I should say decent. Or how about their classic red body wash and deodorant containers? Whatever it may be, I can almost guarantee that all of you thought of this iconic commercial. The one where this absolute stallion of a human poops on your body wash and convinces you that being a man means using Old Spice. There's no doubt that this commercial is in the top 10 of all time. I mean, it's been 12 years and we can still recall the jokes from it. But the genius of this commercial goes way farther than the humor. There are so many other psychological tricks they use that you may not have realized that made this commercial win an Emmy. No, seriously, it literally won an Emmy. I took the time to research and come up with the top 5 main techniques that Old Spice used to make this one simple 30-second commercial be remembered forever. Starting with the first one, the humor. This classic commercial is jam-packed with humor. The short puns, the fast-paced and fluid set changes, and the glaringly obvious stunts this man pulls, like spawning diamonds out of nowhere, keep the viewer engaged throughout the entire commercial. All of these events are completely random and, of course, impossible, but they keep the viewer laughing. This helps the viewer remember the commercial and, more importantly, remember the product being sold. Take, for example, the yacht scene. Not only does it symbolize the brand's trademark logo, but also suggests that the man possesses elegance and wealth. This is one of several gender biases addressed by the commercial, and trust me, there's much more on that later in the video. Old Spice doesn't try to sell this luxury as real, but rather convince you that you can expect such outcomes from using Old Spice. In a way, Old Spice is saying, we both know you're not going to get all of this by using Old Spice, so let's make fun of the people who don't realize you're a savvy customer. The only statement that's really supposed to be taken seriously is that if your man uses Old Spice body wash, he could smell like this absolute beast who owns a yacht. With all of the humor injected into the ad, Old Spice added a young, fresh, humorous look to their brand that resonated well with their broad audience of men and women. And yes, I said both men and women. That's because Old Spice made the brilliant move to appeal to women for a men's product. As a matter of fact, women were the main target audience for this ad, not men. The Old Spice team discovered that in 2010, just about 60% of all body wash purchases were by women. So the wives and girlfriends in society were the ones selecting which body wash their men used. The commercial literally starts with this hunk saying, "Hello, ladies," by directly referring to the women viewing the commercial and continuously targeting that audience by breaking the fourth wall and talking to them. The commercial holds the attention of the women viewers who otherwise would have zero interest in men's products. It's also a common thought that women like men who are able to provide for them the things they desire, and that stereotype is portrayed throughout the entirety of this commercial. The Old Spice stallion quickly jumps from the bathroom to a large boat on a beautiful night, the location that many women might deem as fancifully romantic. Suddenly appearing in his hand is an
oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love.
It then swiftly dissolves into diamonds, which represent a stereotypical thing that many women find as the ultimate sign of love and affection. I mean, of course, they're like literally their best friend. With this commonplace, feelings of desire for this man become present, and forcing the persuasion factor of the ad to try to influence women to buy the body wash for their men, or try to at least convince the man in their life to use Old Spice. And of course, the main thing that attracts women to this ad is, well, the washboard abs this guy has. The use of sex appeal is evident throughout, and Old Spice used it in a way that only made the women want their men to use Old Spice even more. Just look how radiating this man is next to this doll bathroom. He's sitting there like a glowing god ready to drop his towel at any second to jump into that steaming hot shower. It's through the continuous engagement and sex appeal of this half-naked man that the women viewers realize they want this to be their man. Also, an enticing element of this ad's use of sex appeal is the Old Spice man maintaining eye contact with the camera. He asks the women watching them to
look at your man, now back to me, now back at your man, now back to me.
With this comparison, the ad is trying to get the women watching to notice that their man sitting next to them is most likely not the muscular, good-looking Old Spice man in the ad. His smooth voice continues to egg on the viewers, almost seducing the person watching to listen to his mesmerizing voice and stare into his eyes. And of course, every man wants to be seen as confident and as seducing as him, which leads perfectly into my next point. The ad appeals to men, because you know, they're selling men's body wash. There's this common belief that men have to be this image of manly. Many times the phrase "be a man" is demanded by fathers across the nation to their sons. This is implemented when the Old Spice man states your man could smell like a true man if he
stopped using lady-scented body wash and switched to Old Spice.
With the Old Spice man embracing this stereotypical ideal, the motive is to appeal to men to make them want to achieve what the Old Spice man has done, therefore enforcing the men to use Old Spice body wash. Another example is in this scene, where the words "smell like a man" are right next to him. This added humor increases to the appeal, as well as reinforces the idea that by mere use of Old Spice, anyone can accomplish these things. Like, of course, magically making hundreds of diamonds crawl out of your skin. Despite how well they targeted both men and women, my favorite technique they used wasn't even used in the commercial at all, but was used in the real world. The way Old Spice launched the commercial was pure genius and was never thought of before. As you guys obviously know, one of the biggest events of the year for advertisers is the Super Bowl. Millions of viewers, both men and women, watch every year. But the downside is that it costs in the millions just to get a 30-second ad in the Super Bowl. However, Old Spice was able to capture the attention of all of those viewers without spending that kind of money. Just 24 hours after the airing of Super Bowl 44, Old Spice made the clever move to air the commercial, causing Super Bowl impact without actually spending millions of dollars to have it aired during the actual game. With many TV viewers thinking it was a Super Bowl commercial, it was on the radar, constantly searched on YouTube, and quickly became a cultural phenomenon. With using these 5 techniques, Old Spice increased website visits by 300%, and more importantly, increased sales of their body wash by 125% in 1 year. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll see you all later.